जबलपुर सेशन कोर्ट में आज संत आसाराम जी बापू की बेल याचिका पर सुनवाई हुई। संत आसाराम जी बापू की पक्ष की बहस हुई और विपक्ष की बहस अधूरी रह गई। अगली सुनवाई 7 अप्रैल को होगी। हाई कोर्ट में लगी अर्जियां, चार्ज बहस व जन्म तारीख की अर्जी का निर्णय 7 अप्रैल को आएगा। अलवर के निकट नाथ संप्रदाय के भरथरीनाथ आश्रम के जोगी ममलानाथ ने कहा है कि संत आसाराम बापू तो सिद्धों के भी सिद्ध हैं। उन पर इस समय जितने अत्याचार किए जा रहे हैं उससे भारत के सभी संत महात्मा देख रहे हैं। अत्याचारियों को इसका फल इसी जीवन में और यहीं इसी भारत भूमि पर भुगतना पड़ेगा। सिकंदर जैसी दुनिया को जीतने वालों ने भी इस देश में आकर संतों के आगे माथा झुकाया था। हुकूमत के नशे में आकर आसाराम बापू जैसे संत पर कहर तो ढहा रहे हैं, पर हम और आप इन्हीं आंखों से इन्हें भुगतते हुए जल्दी देखेंगे। न इनकी हुकूमत रहने वाली है, न ही इनकी कुल खाना।
रविवार की सप्तमी का स्नान, दान, तप, होम, उपवास, प्रार्थना, जप भयंकर पापों को नाश करता है।
Sangeeta Bhava. I stay at Kalyan near Mumbai in Maharashtra. I have completed my CA Inter. I have completed my MBA in Marketing and Finance. I have a dual degree. I came in contact with Asaram Bapuji in the year 1993 and I have taken Diksha from him in the month of March 1997. I was in final year of BCom 1993 and I was preparing myself for my studies, final exams. My morale was little down, my confidence level was down. And I was little upset because my track record in 12th standard, which is a very crucial year for academics, I did not fare well, though I have been fairly good in my academic studies. My parents were religious from the beginning and they used to go and attend various discourses. Whenever they used to attend these religious discourses, they used to cajole we brothers and sisters to join them. But I never felt that urge of joining them. Somehow I do not know, in the year 1993, when Asaram Ji Bapuji was having his discourse at Gol Maidan, Ulhasnagar, my mother insisted, Sangeeta, you do come and join us because tomorrow Bapuji is going to give some tips to the students how to increase their memory and concentration. Though I wasn't inclined, I thought let me go and attend, there's no harm. I went and there when I heard Bapuji giving out certain examples, it touched my core. I somehow thought, yes, I am glad that I attended his discourse. Though I did not take Diksha from him initially and immediately, because after 4 long years, I saw him, I met him, I heard his religious discourse in the year 1993 and I took Diksha from him 1997. I used to follow him, I started visiting ashram. The impact of his discourse was such that I scored very good marks in my final exams and I stood third in my college, Birla College, Kalyan. I scored 70% marks and the way my exams passed on, I couldn't even believe my final exams were so easy and smooth. I was stress-free, tension-free. It was all due to Asaram. Bapuji, under Bapuji, there are many and various social services which are being undertaken by various ashrams. Some of them are like Bal Sanskar Kendras which are being run for children to inculcate good values in the childhood. Others are Mahila Utthan Ashrams, Adivasi Sevas. I have been fairly associated with Bal Sanskar Kendras and I do believe that yes, the values which are imbibed in small children at a tender age remains with them for their life. I think it's a synthetic attack, an organized attack against Bapuji and Hindu religion in broader sense. From day one, before British rule, the main thing which Britishers did was change the education system. They turned Indians from entrepreneurs into a clerical based education system. Whatever education is imparted to a child gets motivated and he is actually influenced by such education. Bapuji on his own has started actually encouraging and educating people about the wrong influences of missionary educations in India. Of course, he started Gurukul systems. Gurukul system teaches you modern education which is needed for your materialistic growth, but it also imbibes in you the cultural values of our religion, our culture, which is missing in the modern education system. I believe not only these Western influences like missionary education, which actually, besides education, they are also trying to convert people. You see, when a child goes to a missionary school, he is not taught about your own religion. He is taught about Bible. He is taught about Jesus. I have actually seen. For your information, I had my education in primary section in a convent school. The school was attached to a church, and I used to go to church every day before going to the school, and I used to believe in God. Oh God, praise me like this. My parents did not know what is actually happening. Had I continued in that school, probably I would have become an atheist, or probably I wouldn't have believed in our religion at all. I would have thought, no, this is the best. The general inclination among Indians is whatever comes from West is best. Whether it is their cultural values, which I do not know whether actually they have any values or not. We have a belief that yes, whatever comes from West is the best. Bapuji, in his religious discourses, is emphasizing on the fact you be proud of your values, of your roots, and hence Gurukuls have started. Again, in his discourses, he has brought up so many things which we really do not know. I don't get any articles about the harmful effects of chemicals and all the shampoos which we use, the soaps which we use, the toothpaste which we... I was not aware that the toothpaste which I was using from childhood had bone powder in it. These all things Bapuji mentions in his discourses. I stopped consuming them. I think the influence is on all others. The sales obviously must have dropped. The multinationals who do not have their market in their own country have market in hugely populated India. Obviously, if their products are being rejected in India, why would they tolerate that? They have huge money, deep pockets. They can. The third estate, media, plays a very crucial role. I do not know how many of you know. Many things are just brought to you. Many things are not brought in front of you. You and me would know what is being shown on TV channels, news channels, or newspapers. If things which are not reported, how would you and me have resources to know whether media is giving out incorrect information, whether they are coming up with truth or not? Yes, I believe the educational systems which missionaries want to spread, through which they want to spread their religion, they want to convert people, the multinational companies who do not have markets in their own country, who want to grow and explore in Indian market, they are obviously behind the attacks which are happening on me. I have been reading newspapers, I have been going through news channels. I really don't understand why attacks are being done only on Hindu religious leaders. There's been attack on Asaram Bapuji, there's been attack on Baba Ramdev, there's been attack on other religious leaders like Swami Shankaracharya, Jayanendra Saraswati. Do you think the religious peoples of all, with due respect to the different religions, I don't have anything against any religion, but do you think that such crimes or such things are prevalent or rampant only in Hindu religion? Only Hindu religious leaders are into such malpractices? I don't come across a single news or one-line news on religious leaders of different religions. Whether it's a Christian religion, whether it's a Muslim religion, but we have never come across. Has it ever occurred to you why this is happening? Is only Hindu religion filled of malicious leaders, religious leaders, and all other religions are very clean? Has it ever occurred to you? You might get reports of malpractices and wrongdoings of popes and the juniors in Rome. But in India, you never get such reports. In a church or in a masjid or something's happening, it never gets reported. Whether there is any news from ISKCON or from ashram, it is highlighted in all news channels and all newspapers. But there is no mention of any misconduct by any other religion.